Video game players not only pay to play, but they will fork over big money to watch others play as well. Some of the most watched players bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. Joining us right now to talk about how fast the gaming industry is growing is Chris Velasco. He's with Engadget. And Chris, thank you for being here.
Becky, thanks for having me.
All right, this is a little weird, the idea that people would actually use real money to go online and buy cheats to cheat on a video game. But there is real money involved here. How big of a deal is this?
It is a pretty big concern, especially when we're looking at the sort of amateur leagues. There are always people playing at home who just want that edge because they know the potential for growth and development in this strange new industry is, the upsides are huge.
The people who are watching their favorite players, I guess maybe they watch them on a streaming service, maybe they watch them on YouTube. How big is that? What kind of money are we talking here, and what's the potential?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars are being issued as player salaries. We've also seen some pretty big moves in terms of acquisition costs because Microsoft and its Mixer service recently picked up Ninja, which was the biggest game streamer on Twitch, and just a few days ago picked up Shroud, which was, depending on how you look at it, the #2 or #3 player on that service as well. So Microsoft,
big corporate money.
Absolutely, yeah, they want to get out in front of this.
I guess part of that is because of what they see happening with eSports. These are actually leagues where people are kind of playing, and you've got teams that are based in cities and things. You think of this as like the NBA or something?
I mean, that's exactly how they want us to look at it. Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, helped start the Boston Overwatch League. Michael Jordan is an investor in Team Liquid. There are big sports names who are really lending credence to the idea that playing video games at a high level really should be considered a sport.
Where you have people who are kind of packing stadiums and you're going in to watch people play video games in a stadium rather than watching them play football or basketball or something?
A stadium might be a bit generous, but we're definitely seeing
seen pictures.
Yeah, these are big venues that are being filled, and that's because people have come to really appreciate video games not just as an art form, but as an expression of competitive skill. The human experience has always been about competition, so it's not unusual that the nature of that competition has kind of changed over time.
What is this going to look like eventually? Like maybe the soccer leagues, the WNBA? How big do you think this gets? How much money is behind this?
There's a lot of money at play here, and I think it's probably fair to say that based on companies like Microsoft getting into it with services like TBS and ESPN, really getting into airing these events in wide circulation, there's a lot more attention. The money will continue to flow because most of it comes from advertisers, sponsorship deals, media placement rights. That will only continue to develop, and the economy around these younger players themselves will continue to develop as well.
So who's playing on these? Are these a bunch of guys like we saw in the video here, or this is high schools, this is colleges? How does it actually shake out?
There are over 100 high schools in the United States with some form of esports program, and there are at least 4 universities that I'm aware of that have sort of dedicated esports major programs.
4 universities? Mm-hmm. Which ones?
The biggest one by far is the Ohio State University. But there are a few in the UK, definitely several in China. We're seeing there not just a focus on the level of gameplay itself, but also these sort of softer skills that go with it. You might want to look at it as almost a very specialized business degree where you're managing your reputation, you're looking at marketing as factors as well in this situation. So there's big business to be had here.